So I've kept a pretty low profile on my Otakon Amends Biz clipping page for the past couple of days. I went really hard with content. Then I threw some stream content on the page to try it. Made a couple clipping accounts to test. Now, what I need to do is make sure that I'm consistent with these streams. So if you're watching back these streams after, I understand they only save for 7 days. However, those 7 days I need to fill up at all times. So we need to have 7 streams at all times on the stream page. Okay, so that's first of all. Second of all, I need to make sure that I'm consistent and I'm streaming every day. I figured out an SOP sort of framework that I've created already for the clippers within the Google Doc to download the full streams. So I have the full streams downloaded. I have the clips downloaded from the past 6 streams or so, or however long I streamed here. And we should be good to start distributing the content. So we're really going to hit hard with the theme pages, the offer positioning. I'm going to start with the ads for the business in a box, and then we're going to really start to pile people in here and get this growing, because I'm getting pretty tired of talking to myself every day. I'm just kidding. We have a plan, and it's going to play out as long as we stay true. So there's that. Now, what I do want to cover today is the more dollars and followers framework. Yesterday was day one of me breaking this down. Today I'm going to cover the monetization infrastructure. So yesterday I went through the attention flow, the idea of building an attention flow, the concept of theme pages and integrating them into the attention flow so that way you can develop that audience, right? So the theme pages is your ability to attract an audience, retain an audience, and then grow it and funnel that audience towards whatever you want, right? And then it's the idea of the monetization infrastructure to really leverage those theme pages. So you see when we build the attention flow, we have that flow of attention, we have that demographic of people that is watching our content on a daily basis. So we have this people that are watching our content on a daily basis, and now it's our job to monetize, right? And not in a bad way. So I don't mean monetize in like a devious way, right? Take money. The idea of taking money, it sounds so devious, right? But the concept of monetization must happen to continue scaling in and growing the page. So you have consumers, or you have a demographic of people that are watching your content every day. In order to keep providing to them, you need to be able to monetize, because you have to be able to pay people to help you continue providing, right? The longest I've gone running a page posting every day myself, it's like a year. After a year, you are not going to be posting on theme pages and building that attention flow yourself, right? Let alone turn it into a marketing agency, right? So we got a couple of people coming into the stream. I definitely do need to be muting my phone though when I'm going live, because I'm going to continue getting distracted. So the concept yesterday was building the attention flow. The concept today is creating the monetization infrastructure. So really monetizing that attention flow. Now, I know there's lots of ideas on how to do this, and there's lots of concepts on how to do this, but we sort of cover all of them on this page. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, this more dollars and followers framework, this was my strategy and this was my breakdown about 2 years ago. That's when I was selling this. So the concept of these next couple days, the idea is that I'm going to break down all 3 steps. Now these steps were applicable in the past, and I've built on these steps. So following the breakdown of all 3 steps, I'm going to add things that I've now included into my own business under the monetization infrastructure and under the sales and fulfillment infrastructure, right? I'll probably break down the sales and fulfillment infrastructure into 2, right? Because sales and fulfillment are 2 different things now for me in my business. It's going to get to that point for a lot of people as well. Everyone's messaging me today. Very busy day, but I do need to get on these streams every day. Let's get into the monetization infrastructure. So when you build the theme pages, you have the attention flow, you have the followers, right? You have the brand reputation. Now it's time to monetize. So there's 2 ways that you can monetize, as far as I'm concerned. There's 2 ways that I've monetized. I took both routes. You can choose to take one. I would always recommend taking both because you make more money. So we have monetize with marketing agency and we have monetize with theme pages. Now remember, you already built the attention flow already. I ran car pages. My pages were viral for 2-stepping and burnouts and cool cars. That's why my pages were viral, and I was still able to leverage that into a marketing agency. So if you get a theme page going, doesn't matter what it is, you'll be able to find people to work with. So you have marketing agency, you have the theme pages, you're pretty much capped on scalability realistically, unless you really grow the page, really spend time, devote yourself to it, and make it your full-time thing. There's massive pages with millions of followers around the world, right? And those pages are really monetized, and those guys are doing big numbers. But for most people, including myself, I'm usually capped at 5-10K a month with just the theme pages, selling promos, digital products, stuff like that. With the marketing agency, you can scale that much harder, especially as your theme pages grow, because now you have leverage with those, right? And the marketing agency, you're charging clients, let's say 2,500 a month, up to 5,000 a month per client, right? So now you stack up 6 or 7 clients, you hire some employees, the roof is much higher. You do both at the same time, now you're printing, right? So the monetization infrastructure that I've built for myself and my own business really starts at two things. It's the idea of the marketing agency and the idea of the theme pages. So we're going to go left to right here. We're going to start with the marketing agency. And I want to break down the idea of arbitrage gaps. So I should probably define this first, even for the long form video, because people might not know what arbitrage gaps are per se. Let me do a quick search because I want to give you a proper answer that's not even myself. I know the answer, but I want Google to give you the answer. So AI overview, whatever, and Wikipedia, whatever. I want to find a good definition. This is a good way to put it. This looks like a pretty credible source. We're going to control F. Paper studies the social value of closing price. This is in regard to financial markets, but I want to just find one. Conventional arbitrage logic relies on the ability to trade frictionlessly, however different friction. Nope, too complicated. So this is another way they put it here. Price differentials and arbitrage gaps become sufficient statistics for the value of arbitrage. This is getting way too complicated. Measuring arbitrage gaps. I want the definition of arbitrage gaps from a credible source, not even from Google AI. Whatever, Google AI. An arbitrage gap is a price difference between the same or related assets in different markets. So think about it like this. You have the same asset introduced to a different market, and because the new market that you're introducing the asset to is not accustomed to said asset, the price is based much higher. So you can also add, so here it says in perfectly efficient markets, arbitrage opportunities would not exist as prices would immediately adjust. So when you're taking advantage of arbitrage gaps, and I started here with arbitrage labor, right? You're taking advantage of your ability to bring things together from other markets and present them to the current market. So when I say monetize with marketing agency, there are already arbitrage gaps that exist in the market. If you live in North America, there's a massive arbitrage gap between labor and resources in other parts of the world and North America. Okay, now the arbitrage gap does exist because the quality of work is more poor or not as good as the quality of work that's produced for a higher price point in North America. Majority of the time. I mean, that's not the case, anywhere near always the case, but a lot of the time, right, I've seen that work is significantly cheaper in other parts of the world than it would be here. And the reasoning behind that is specifically because the market, I gotta word this better. Okay, let's break down a little bit more. Arbitrage labor. I'm gonna get specific with this, okay? So labor, there are arbitrage gaps that exist with regard to labor, right? When you're making Facebook ads, for example, for yourself, you're making Facebook ads because you're gonna run ads, okay? There's the behind it, making the campaigns, setting up the ad account, putting in the work, spending 6 hours making the creatives, doing all this stuff. And then there's also the value add behind it. The idea of like refining it. I wouldn't even include the creatives in the work, to be honest with you. Like the creatives are mandatory. What I'm trying to say is you can pay someone in another part of the world to do the work. You can collect it, add a little bit of value here, add a little bit of value there, make it better, and then present it to a client and monetize the arbitrage gap completely. Okay. Now, when you get clients, when you are in a position where you have 100,000 followers on your theme page, you can plank that brand for clients. Like, not even plank it for self, right? Like, you can turn around and take ownership of your own brand. You're not even planking it. Like, it's my page. You can leverage that to get in front of business owners. So, for example, there's hundreds of killer media buyers in the Philippines. Okay, hundreds of them, like they're all in media buying. Every single media buyer that I've worked with in the Philippines has been an absolute killer, right? And not a single one of them charges more than $1,000 for initial setup, and then maybe like $1,000 a month. Okay, so not a single one of them charges more than $1,000 a month. Why? Because $1,000 a month goes an insane way in the Philippines. First of all, for a lot of these people, that's more money than like most people, as far as I've heard from people that I've worked with. In addition to that, they wouldn't be able to get the opportunity to work for a bakery shop or the, dealership in Ontario, they wouldn't have gotten that opportunity, right? Like they just have the framing and they don't have the ability to walk into the shop and present their services in an adequate way, right? So in addition to that, the market's already priced in a significantly higher price. So marketing agencies in Canada, for example, start at a $2,500 a month retainer, right? Like I've met a ton of marketing agencies, including myself, where that's the case. Okay, and what has the labor that doesn't necessarily add value to the business, but is necessary for the work to be provided, is subbed off. Arbitrage labor is taken advantage of, and then once that work's done, you refine the product, make it better, make it fully applicable, maybe do some content creation and actually make the creatives that need to be done in person, and then you go ahead and present it to the client, right? So for example, I'll tell you right now, let's say we get a client, right? And we're responsible for making them more money. That's my whole value proposition, right? We make them more money. So we make their website better. We integrate forms onto their website and we funnel those forms to their sub account on Go High Level or the SBO software. All the leads are collected there. They have a full scope CRM. Now we have a web chat widget and an AI voice caller on the website. So now we're in a position where we can take advantage of a massive amount of leads. I did all that work myself. They paid me $2,500 for the month to begin work, and then $2,500 next month, right? So now I'm doing as much work as I can by myself, set it all up. Now we need a flow of leads coming in, okay? Meaning we right? Like if an AI voice caller and we have a web chat widget, the only way that it's going to work properly is if we're getting a good amount of leads into the system, right? Like the only way that all these systems work and the only way that all these systems are valuable is if we're actually getting leads into the system, right? So we need to run their ads. Now, in order to run the ads, you have to build out an entire ad account. You have to build out the campaigns. You have to build out all the creatives. You're going to spend hours, maybe a day, building out the ads, right? They already paid you the $2,500 at the beginning of the month. Now you send $1,000 to someone on Fiverr to build out the ad campaigns and do all the heavy lifting. Then they bring it back to you. You fill the ad campaigns with the creatives either you created or that the business owner already has. You fill it up, make it refined, make all the copywriting nice. Maybe ChatGPT helps you out, and then you start running the ads to the website that you implemented. You're getting $2,500 a month. First month costed you $1,000 to build out the ad campaigns. Everything else was done by you. So you made $1,500 profit first month, and then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth month, you're making $2,500 profit until the client fires you. But if you did the process properly with regard to marketing agency, then it's likely your software is completely integrated into their business. So it would be unwise for them, like in any sense. Realistically, if they fired you, it's just going to cost them more anyways. They got to onboard onto a bunch of other softwares and it's just not going to work, right? So that's how you take arbitrage labor. Now, there's two main ways really to take advantage of it. I just explained to you the outsourcing internal labor, okay? So when you want arbitrage labor, Fiverr and Upwork are the two main killers for this. So you're going to look for Fiverr and Upwork. You're going to post a listing on Upwork, and contractors are going to come to you, and then you're going to look on Fiverr to find people who can service your clients, right? So you get a client for a marketing agency, you go on Fiverr and Upwork to find people who can service them, and then you work to them. That's outsourcing internal labor. So you can have a fully autonomous business model. You need a VA, obviously. You need an appointment setter to bring in businesses to you. And then you need fulfillment for the work, which we get to on the right and we'll cover tomorrow. Now, business employee placement is the second one. Okay, there's arbitrage, like I explained. So you can compile this outsourced labor into businesses and take a cut for it. So a massive offer right now is closer placement in the sales industry. Okay, so people are paying for sales training, and then as a part of the sales training, you get placed with a deal, right? So like, let's say selling my business in a box, someone sells you a course or a breakdown on how to be a good salesperson. Indirectly, that turns you into, or directly actually, that turns you into a killer salesperson. Meant now you need an offer to sell, so that way you can showcase your skills, right? So what these people are doing is they're placing the closers into businesses like mine. So now you can use those sales skills to sell my product and then take a massive commission for it, right? So that's an example of business employee placement. And then you get the commission, the person that placed you gets the commission, and then also I get paid, right? Because you're obviously selling my product, okay? So that's employee placement. In addition, let me give you an example. I work for a law firm, right? Now, hypothetically, let's say we're bringing in leads for the law firm. They have lawyers working there, but the lawyer's job isn't to call the leads and warm them up, right? So we come in and we say, okay, we're going to have a virtual assistant, someone who can converse with the leads when they come in, right? That's one person. We're going to place a appointment setter in your business that's going to follow up with the leads and set appointments and calls. We're going to place a sales closer in your business. This person's going to answer the calls and close the leads on whatever services you provide at the law firm, whether that be wills or estates or real estate or personal injury or whatever, right? Now you have 3 employees placed in the business. Who else do we need? Maybe a social media manager. We're going to place a social media manager in your business to run all your social media accounts as well, right? And then what you do is you take a lump sum retainer at the beginning of every month, and then you distribute that money to the different employees that you placed in the business, and now they do the work, and you take a small commission on top. Ideally, if you want this to work properly, usually in this situation, you're going to give the employees significantly more than you're going to take home, right? You just sort of take home as a commission, and then depending on how much work you choose that you want to do, you can remove one and place yourself, or take on more work. That's the idea, right? It's get as many clients as you can with employees placed, and then you choose which business you want to work for, or you want to put more effort into, etc., etc. Okay, business and placement. Now, I was selling this obviously, so we have this employees SOPs. I have like 40, 50 that I made for my employees to do different things on building ads and everything like that. I include that within my business in a box. So if you do book a call with someone from my team or myself, and we do decide that this is something you want to do, I have SOPs that I can give you. Okay, we have results here too from my marketing agency. Like these are results. We've gotten significantly more, but as you can see, people are pretty hyped. And I used to send these Loom videos to all my clients, and those did a massive, like, those benefited heavily because the Zoom videos are very personable. They save time. You don't have to get on a call. You don't have to schedule a call, do a meeting, all this stupid stuff, right? You can just send them a Loom video, break everything down, and then they can text you their questions, right? So these guys were hype. Obviously, I was running ads for these guys too. So we got all these leads coming in. They're just confirming that with me. And then, yeah, this was my Petition Destroyer campaign at the time. So this was another thing I branded. Now, in order for me to get this client, I used my theme pages as leverage completely. This is a picture of the inside of their funnel. So we had done from August 1st to September 21st. So in about 2 months, about 214K. 85% conversion rate, but all the leads that we were bringing in here were extremely warm. Extremely warm. This was a client I had for my agency. So the business model I did before, right? With the employee placement, place a couple employees in, charge them $2,500 a month, or however much it's going to cost you with a little markup, and then you run their stuff. Okay, so that's the idea. Marketing agency on one end. Now, marketing agency on the other end connects to the digital products. This 250 plus AI tools list can be sold as a marketing agency service. Okay, so at the time, I was selling this AI tools list, and the main reason I was selling it was because you can take any one of those tools and you can resell it to a business as a service. Okay, so not only can you take that and resell the entire list to entrepreneurs, you can take that, resell it as a service. So let's say you find an AI tool that you like to use, and said AI tool costs $260 a month. Now you approach businesses who you think would benefit from this tool, and you charge them $460 a month. Now you're taking $200 profit on an AI tool that you don't own. Now, this isn't the most sustainable or scalable. You're not going to sell this business model in the future because you don't own the AI tool. Obviously, you're using someone else's. So if you get banned from that tool, or you get removed, or you lose access, or something, you stop paying, or happens, then the clients are gone, right? They're shit out of luck. Okay, but I've done this with any of the businesses I work for under marketing agency, right? They're already paying me X amount of money for my services. I then upsell them an AI tool with a little markup on top, right? So let's say the AI tool costs $250 a month. Sell it to them for $300 a month, right? Because they're already working for me. I take $50 a month extra and I pay for the AI tool. Okay. In addition to that, you can sign up as with your affiliate link, so you get another maybe 20-30% back, which is always nice. So there's that. You can sell the AI tools as an affiliate, like I said, and you can also white label it, like I said. So this is what I was talking about. Okay. Now let's get into, that's the third aspect, the third way you can monetize with marketing agency. Okay. So with software, you can put everything under one roof with regard to software and offer stack that with the 3 different things I just told you. And to be honest with you, now I'm seeing the flow of this. So this entire time I was explaining this, and obviously like I do all this, right? But I wasn't figuring out how this flowed, and I didn't really know how to convey it, but now I do. So the way I broke this down at the time, and this is still applicable today. This is exactly what I do today. These 3 things stacked together, you will have money for the rest of your life. If you learn how to leverage arbitrage gaps, how to leverage artificial intelligence and how to leverage software, you'll have money for the rest of your life. Because the artificial intelligence is the value add. Gaps is the routine work that needs to be done that you don't want to do while you're making more money. And then the software is the sticky. Because once the software is locked in their business, no one's going to fire you, especially if it adds value and makes them more money. It would cost them much more to fire you, right? That's how software works. So when you stack the three, you make a shit ton of money. Now, software, go high level. You have a couple options. You can either use my business in a box. I'm not telling you how much that costs until you book a call, but trust me, you'll like the price. I'm not here to rinse people. Or you can pay $97 and then $297 a month for go high level. So that's up to you. But with the business in a box, you get go high level. So we have this all-in-one marketing software that you can use: websites, funnels, email marketing, etc., etc. I'm going to show you the inside now. Pull up a new tab, get this here. Check this out. So this is the website for My Systems by Autocon. It's just a general website, obviously made on the software. We got the AI chatbot as well. I'm just going to go ahead and sign into the software here. Now let me get this off the screen just in case I'm showing any confidential information on this software, which I was. It opened up straight to it. Great to see. Now we're going to go ahead and go into one of the demo accounts. We're going to bring this back here. Okay. So this is the end of the software, obviously, right? That's okay. To show. I got to go back into a sub account. There we go. Okay, so this all-in marketing software is the third offering you're going to run as a marketing agency when you're monetizing. Okay, so you're going to leverage theme pages to get in talks with clients, right? Look, I have all these followers. I have all this engagement. Like I'm more serve you, to like provide a person that can provide value to you because I have all this engagement and all these followers. What I'm going to offer you is arbitrage labor, but you're not going to tell them that. It's going to be your labor, and you're going to leverage other people's time to get the maximum effect, benefit both of you. You're also going to leverage AI. So you're going to use AI tools to make your life easier, and then you're going to resell them to businesses, and then you're going to leverage software. So you're going to fully implement this software and the CRM into their business. In addition to that, we can pretty much make any software we want fully customized to businesses with the advent of AI. Yeah. So there's that. But I want to break down this software so I can show you. So when we're implementing it into businesses, the main, now AI agents are massive. Okay, like massive. The businesses want, you can sell it, why not, right? So we can make unlimited AI agents. We have conversation AI and voice AI inside of Go High Level, so you can make these for businesses. This is the very simplistic version within Go High Level or the SBO software. However, we use retail AI as well if they want something more advanced and more complicated. Okay, so we have the AI. This AI agents alone can make unlimited amount of them as much as you want. So like that alone is worth it for the software. Then you have a conversations inbox. All the conversations for the business owner will come through on here. Right? You have access to the software. You're going to implement it into the business. After a couple months of this running, the business owner is never going to fire you because all their conversations with their leads are coming through here. Speaking of conversations, under the websites tab, we'll get to websites and funnels in a second, but we also have the chat widget. So this goes at the bottom right-hand corner of the business owner's website. So all their leads now coming in from their ads, you're scooping up onto your software. That's why the software is extremely valuable as well. Speaking of websites, we have websites and funnels with unlimited templates, and then also a funnel AI builder. So you can use AI to build funnels within like 5 minutes. So that's a thing. The software is obviously included in my business in a box because you need it to start a business, and it would only make sense for it to be in my business in a box. So that's the software, which is the third component of monetizing with a marketing agency. Right? So I'm going to repeat this again because it's extremely important. Monetize with marketing agency, leverage arbitrage gaps, use artificial intelligence and software, and you'll have money forever. I just showed you the software. The artificial intelligence is listed out in my AI tools list there. Everyone gets that with my business in a box as well. And then the arbitrage gaps I explained with the arbitrage labor and how to get other people to, use their time and resources to benefit you and then also benefit them. Right? So there's that aspect of monetizing. Now, we're talking about theme pages, right? I run theme pages on social media. That's what I do. Let's go to Instagram. Let's break this down again. Like, for example, I already have this pulled up. This is an example of one of my theme pages. Okay, this is me. This is a collaborator post with Amsoil. Do the math. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways to monetize theme pages. We're going to get into that right now. First one is promotions. Second one is digital products. Okay, this is the only two things you really need. Promotions are allowing other people to use your audience to sell their products, and digital products are you using your audience to sell your products. Now, if I'm 2 years ago, but today rather, I would have put another arrow here and said flipping. because flipping theme pages has always been a money glitch. Now, this was back then when I was ignorant, when I was immature. So I did a lot of collaborator projects with companies and individuals that I wouldn't do anymore. But I'm a touch the flame type of guy. I gotta touch the fire, get burned by the flame to know that it's hot, you know? So we did this, it worked. It would be unwise of me to not share it with you because maybe you are willing to do stuff like this, and to each their own, right? So promotions are essentially ads. So this is you selling space on your profile to people who monetize it, right? So the four main ones that we were running were crypto projects, OnlyFans models, e-commerce businesses, and then also creators. Okay, creators is general. I'll explain it in a second. Okay, the crypto projects and the OnlyFans were extremely lucrative for the theme pages, and I'll explain why. Because when you run crypto projects or you're an OnlyFans model, you can't pay for ads on any of the social media platforms, right? Like you can't pay Facebook on your ass shaking to the camera as an ad. It's not going to work. They're going to ban your ad and probably take your money, right? Same with crypto projects. Like you can't pump a project on Facebook or on Google ads. Google just won't let you, right? So what they do is instead of paying for ads, they pay for ad space on theme pages. Okay? So like people who run theme pages, they get, let's say, 100K views minimum per video, right? They post 3 videos a day. So you integrate one video of a crypto project within those 3 videos a day. That one video of the crypto project is going to get 100K views as well. So that's how they kind of cheat the system. They're paying a lot. Now, ecom is the third group you can sell promotions to, and it's sort of indirectly because you're not approaching. So with OnlyFans and crypto projects, you're approaching the founders. Now I have a whole breakdown, which I'm sure I can do a whole stream about on how to approach people to sell promos, but we're not going to do that now. Ecom, you're not approaching the founders, but rather you're signing up with their affiliate programs. So e-commerce businesses, a lot of them have affiliate programs. And now with the advent of TikTok Shop, it's a whole different game, right? I do Instagram. I'm in Canada, so we don't even have access to TikTok Shop. We can't even monetize it like that. But I can, but I monetize, right? So e-commerce, you have like I don't know, they sell clothes. Like one big one, for example, sells shapewear, women's shapewear. Okay, so you can take a brand that sells women's shapewear, and you can build a whole theme page around shapewear or beauty or makeup or something that has an audience, similar audience to what the shapewear would buy, right? Sorry, has an audience that would likely buy the shapewear, right? So you can do a makeup page and this audience will likely buy the shapewear. You build that page, you sign up as an affiliate, you'll probably get a 15% commission per sale that you make on your theme page. Or you have 100,000 followers that are pretty targeted and none of them are, you'll be able to sell the promotions, right? In addition, you can do your own e-com. You can sell your own digital products dropship to your theme page viewers, which I've done in the past, right? You could see 31K in the month, you could see 6K in the day, right? That's another option you have with regard to the theme pages. The last one is the creators. Okay, so you can work with creators to not only close their deals, but also book calls with them, right? So you can, like, creators will pay you, book calls for them, creators will pay you to close, creators will pay you to sell their product, right? You can appointment set for them, you can build their brand using your theme page. It's massive opportunity, right? And then last but not least is the digital products. So I've already done a stream on my main Twitch page. I'm going to post it out on YouTube as well, right? On how to sell digital products. I have my own digital product funnel that I built out. It works well for me with upsells, downsells, cross sells, backward sells, everything in between. You can copy that if you purchase my business in a box. You can take it and use it yourself, okay? Otherwise, you can sell your own digital products. I'm going to continue doing more streams, making digital products and everything like that. We're going to talk about it every day. But yeah, so that's a breakdown of monetization infrastructure. Now, what I'm going to do is after I'm done breaking down this whole framework, because like I need stuff to put and I need structure for the streams, especially once I start piling people into here, right? I think we have ample clips now and I'm not even done this framework. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down every single one of these. So I'm going to do a stream for monetize with marketing agency. I'm going to do a stream for monetize with theme pages. I'm going to do a stream for software. I'm going to do a stream for crypto projects. I'm going to do a stream for rental car companies. I'm going to do a stream for outsourcing internal labor. Like every single one of the bubbles is going to be a stream. So we're going to be here for a long time. I'll probably stream for the next year, 365 days straight. After this week, I'm going to start distributing the content. My hope is that I get at least one follower stream, in addition to the ads I'm running and booking calls with the closers. Then all the other things I have to do. But today is a very tight day. So that was a quick 40-minute stream, and I think I'm going to end it now just to get the last little bit of clips. That was more for me, just to make sure that I'm staying consistent. To be honest with you, like, I'm going to say this wrong. No one's probably going to see this part of the stream ever. Like, this will get posted on Twitch for 7 days, and then this will get posted on YouTube, and like no one's ever gonna see me saying this, but I mean, it's for consistency. I can't for myself, because if I miss a day for myself, then I'm gonna miss another day, and then another day, and I'm not streaming anymore, and I see the value in this. So we're definitely gonna do this, and I'm very patient with things like this. I know how these things work, and I know how to run this up, but I just need to run it up for a good thing. You know, I need to build valid stuff. I don't want to be talking about bullshit. Like, even this OnlyFans, we had the crypto projects and the OnlyFans. Like, I left this because it was something that I was doing in the past, right? And they were paying a lot of money, but you have to find that balance between heaven and hell, right? At the end of the day, do you want to spend your life living in hell, or do you want to spend your life living in heaven? I want to spend my life living in heaven. So, like, even if I make a day, but I'm living in hell, I'll take the 30K a month I'm making now and live in heaven. You know, is that about this? Let's see if I got that back now. 2K times 30. It's obviously not the same, and that's obviously 60. So if you made the 2K a day for 3 posts, what's the difference between 60K a month and 30K a month? Can someone genuinely tell me? Are you going to compromise your morals and your integrity for an extra 30 grand a month if you're already making 30 grand a month? I don't know. Clip that, and then we'll see what action says on social media. I bet you everyone's going to say, yeah, bro, I sell OnlyFans promos for 30K a month. Shut up. Just sell e-com. The idea is that you build the theme page first, though. That's the whole concept. Like, you gotta have the first. I tell people that all the time. Everyone's like, how do I start out? Of all, clip me. That's the best way to start. Second of all, if you want to start a theme page and go beyond me, then start a theme page. Don't worry about what you're gonna sell first. Figure out what you like to post. Because the idea is that you're gonna be posting on this page 3 times a day. So you better like the content you're posting. Because if I see you start posting and then give up and stop, I'm gonna snap. If I can run all these theme pages and still stream every day, talk about this stuff, then you have no business giving up on your theme page. So you better pick something that you like, because you're going to be posting it every day. And you're going to be posting it for no reason for a long time. You're going to be running the page for a year, and you're not going to be making any money. You're just going to be getting views. And then that one person's going to turn to you and be like, hey, listen, your page really helps me on a daily basis. And then that's going to motivate you for the rest of your life. Right, so start with those theme pages. That's what gave me enough confidence and enough knowledge to really apply that to different businesses. Right? The idea is that you're not going to know where to start. You got to collect data first. So if you're running the theme pages, it's your way to integrate yourself into the space and then leverage it into a marketing agency from there. Okay, I'm going to end stream because I have so much work. I had to move around a bunch of calls. I'm going to have to build a website this afternoon as well. Maybe I'll showcase that on the stream tomorrow if it goes well. Create a video for that and everything, and I'm going to send that to them. Yeah, and then I'm going to my streams. We are rammed. I got to get employees. If anyone's looking for work, let me know. But I'm going to tap out of this stream. Oh, and in addition to that, I'm going to build my Lego tree. Check this out. Pretty hype about this. Not even going to lie. Chat, tell me that doesn't cook. It's going right here. Or right here. See it. For stream. You know what? We're going to do an unboxing. This box is so nice. I don't even want to open it. Let's make this a little bit bigger too. Go and do this. It's a tough box to open. Not even going to lie to you. I didn't want to damage it, but Lego comes in bags now. Alright, chat. I'm gonna have to lock in. This looks pretty complex. I'll let you know when I'm done. Probably showcase it on my stream tomorrow.